Our decision could be the lives of many other people. It could be just the lives of us. It could be a mix of a whole bunch of different things.
The safety of America in the hands of teenagers. But after they get here on the Suncoast, they're ready to take it on. Good evening, I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Michelle Jordan. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. The Army National Guard first invaded the Suncoast last week. Since then, they've been perfecting their skills at one of the toughest jobs in the military, patrolling the skies, watching for bad guys. They took a break today to show ABC 7's Grayson Comm how it all works, and he's here now with that story. Grayson?
Michelle, these soldiers are getting ready to face real-life challenges, stuff similar to what happened a few weeks ago over Washington, D.C. when a small plane strayed into off-limits airspace. This crew, based on the Suncoast, has been on those missions before, and the man ultimately in charge of protecting the White House wasn't even alive when Jimmy Carter lived there. He looks like a college kid playing a video game.
Want me to send status?
But Specialist William Nelson, at 19 years old, has America's safety in his hands, controlling and firing Stinger missiles at enemy planes.
You just have to learn how to recognize like the different types of engines that they have, fuselage, tails, rotors, if there's a helicopter. You can just see this plane in the sky and know if it's bad or not.
Clear 310.
Nelson's not alone out here. There's a whole team that helps him track planes that go where they don't belong.
No one has comms, though.
Every potential target gets identified 3 different ways. At least one pair of eyes checks it out. Then a laser looks again, and an infrared screen in the cockpit checks a 3rd time. That verdict runs up and back down a chain of command in seconds. And the green light to shoot down any target over American soil has to come from the highest levels in Washington. And the final decision comes down to the person sitting in this cockpit. Sometimes it's a kid from the Suncoast, just 19 or 20 years old. They are the ones who look at the screen and decide whether or not they are going to fire the missile.
You get a little bit nervous, but you try to put that behind you and just focus on the mission and just concentrate as hard as you can.
Hey, you must hit the clouds.
The real life pressure's intense, but so's this training.
We get tested on like a test at a time. It's like 60 different aircraft, ranging from like Boeing 747, 707, 727s, DC-9s, DC-8s, DC-10s.
Commanders pile on that pressure, putting young men through tough scenarios with mock weapons and made-up targets. So in a live mission, when live missiles take off at a target going twice the speed of sound, men like William Nelson can be confident they've made the right call. Those live missiles you saw there at the end were fired by this unit, but not here on the Suncoast. That was at a special training range at Fort Stewart in Georgia. None of the weapons used here this week on the Suncoast are real. They're all dummies with no explosives. They're just used to make sure these guys know how to load and unload their equipment. But even with no real rounds, still some very valuable training, Scott.
Grayson, thanks very much.